tweet the other day that there are no low testosterone men. There are only overfed, malnourished from a testosterone standpoint, undertrained, and under sunlighted, sun exposed men. And that tweet did quite well, and it got a lot of engagement because I think it hit home. Because there's a lot of guys out there who seem to think they are just low testosterone and that's how it is, and there's nothing they can do about it, implying that it's genetics and it's not their fault. And the problem is, with that mindset, you will never transform naturally. You'll either stay low testosterone or you'll start injecting yourself with TRT. And then your estrogen will go up, you'll struggle to sleep, you won't be able to have kids, your balls will be tiny, all the usual problems. When you can, really, you've got to just man up a bit, look in the mirror and realise that's the cause of the low testosterone. And sure, genetics do play a part, but they don't play as much of a part as these lazy types would have you believe. So, to dig into that tweet a bit more, overfed simply means too many calories, too much body fat. The body fat itself is estrogenic, as I've said before, but it also pushes your insulin levels higher, and when the insulin spikes, you're temporarily putting a block on any testosterone production, just like there's a block when you drink alcohol and your liver is processing that alcohol. You're not going to be producing testosterone during that time, and then you've got the potential worsened sleep as well, which is really problematic because that's when you produce the most testosterone, is when you're asleep. And so that's overfed, problematic on many angles. Undernourished, so malnourished. This doesn't mean that the average nurse in the NHS or the average doctor in the US is going to look at you and go, you have an eating disorder or you're malnourished like a starving kid in Africa. But it means malnourished from you should probably have more zinc, magnesium, B vitamins, selenium, things like that, more cholesterol, quality cholesterol. That's what it means. It doesn't mean you're literally about to die because your diet's that awful, but it means that you're going to struggle to increase your testosterone because the basic nutrients just aren't there. That's the second one. Third one is undertrained. So yeah, the majority of men are undertrained. They either don't go to the gym at all or they struggle to stick to a proper routine, which is obviously problematic, especially if you're not even training legs. I don't need to delve into that one, it's kind of obvious. Fourth one is sun. The more technologically advanced we seem to get, the more time we spend indoors. The weather is a factor, winter versus summer, the country you live in. But spending time indoors is problematic for testosterone. The sun is important for your T levels, not just for the vitamin D. It's all sorts of things. It's sleep quality, it's luteinizing hormone, FSH, follicle stimulating. And it also tends to reduce cortisol and stress levels. So there's a ton of benefits from the sun. It's not just vitamin D, guys. There's way more to it than that. And so, instead of, you guys watching this, if you're a trader or you're in some kind of IT job or an online business like me, you're an entrepreneur, or you have the typical 9 to 5 where you're in an office and they expect you to do overtime and they expect you to sacrifice your life and you're in the office all the time. Those four, I would say, are the types of people who are at risk the most. When your entire livelihood revolves around being sat down inside, you've got to just structure your days and your weeks a little bit differently. Get the morning walk in as a habit, and try and do what you can. Lunchtime breaks, that sort of thing. Get outside whenever you can. It's very, very important. But that's kind of where the tweet was coming from. It's not about genetics. It's about your lifestyle. Implying that there's nothing you can do about it is just really weak. The mindset is weak and it's wrong, and it's also kind of a little bit disrespectful to guys who have made massive transformations. Clients of mine, me, maybe some of you guys watching this, where you've gone from 300 or less to like more than doubling your testosterone. Anyone can do this. As long as you have at least one testicle, you can do this. Some guys, unfortunately, have lost it to cancer, and even with one, though, you can make massive changes. I've seen it. But yeah, that's the message for this video. There's a lot more you can do about it than you think. Focus on the natural stuff and get the Testosterone Kickstart program if you haven't already. It's linked below. I'll see you in the next one.